Hello there. So here they are, my new custom-made helical head cutters for my jointer and planer. The jointer I think is from 1966 and the planer from 86. So obviously everything had to be custom made. The old ones are here, the new ones are still in the boxes. I haven't opened them yet. I don't know how bad the installation will be, if they will work, so let's see. So I will first go through briefly the process on detaching these from the machines, how I ordered them, measured them, all of that, and then the next part will be me hopefully getting these installed and them actually working as they should. So as of now, I have no idea how this will go. So when I started this process, I reached out to 3 companies who are building these custom-made helical cutters. And eventually I chose Find Buy Tool based on 2 main things. First one was they gave me the best price, which I paid with my own money. This is absolutely not sponsored. But they were also very responsive, and maybe the third thing as well, they had the quickest time that they could actually manufacture this, because some of the other companies quoted like 4 months for the only the manufacturing part, when Find Buy Tool said to me that once I get the drawings to them from the old cutters, they would be able to finish the production within a week. And they actually did. But as I think I said already and will say on this video, the overall process took about 3 months, and there's many reasons. I always needed my friend who's a mechanical engineer, because without his help I could never have done this. Then there was the wait when I got the old cutters out, found out a machinist shop who could measure the old ones so that I could start the production, wait for the production, wait for shipping, which took a while. And then obviously getting them back into the machines again with the help of my friend. So as mentioned, overall I was without my jointer and planer roughly for 3 months. That's just in this case how long it took. Originally we started the disassembly from the jointer because it's an easier, simpler machine. And it is much smaller as well, so everything is lighter. So here you see us finally taking the old one out from the machine, which took us many hours to get to this phase. And these are old, pretty heavy-duty machines. Obviously also the bearings are heavy-duty. We needed to get some specialty tools to get the bearings removed. But I think getting them out was easier than getting them in, because for that we didn't have any specialty tools available. Then I finally got the measurements from the machinist shop and I sent them over to Find Buy Tool, and then we sent a few messages back and forth to figure out the rotation direction and everything, and then they came back with the final design for my approval. And then while waiting for the manufacturing to be completed and the new ones shipped to me, I started cleaning up all the old parts and the machines so that everything would go in hopefully fairly easily, which they kind of did. for the ones who might not know, the traditional cutters and the helical head cutters are very, very different. So if I quickly show the difference, the traditional cutter or the blade, there are these long blades, and I think there's 4 on each of these. On that one obviously even longer. And there's some problems I've had with them, which is why I wanted these helical head cutters. So they're not here yet, but they're these individual cutter heads in an angle. I think overall in these 2 cutters there's like 400 to 500 of those. So they are very, very different in how they work. But as I said, I'm now trying to get them installed. But I'll need my friend to come over, because especially the one on the planer, it's so big and heavy. There's absolutely no way I can lift it alone and get it installed alone. So it will be a few days before my friend can come here to help, and then hopefully I'll get them installed. Then when my friend came over, who is an engineer and actually understands a thing or two about these, he was helping out on getting the bearings installed. But we didn't have any specialty tools that I know exist for this job, so we got a bit creative. We heated the metal blocks to which they go in. And at the same time, luckily there was still some snow outside, so we had the bearings in a plastic bag in a pile of snow to get them cold, meaning they should be slightly smaller, while the heated piece will get bigger once you heat it up. And that actually worked out pretty well. We still needed to hammer some of them in and get creative, but eventually we got all installed and everything in, which took probably 3 hours overall. So at this stage the jointer was pretty much done, and then we started assembling the planer, and all of the parts and pieces are very, very heavy on this machine. It is a massive, massive thing. A beast, I think I've called it a few times on my videos, so I could have never ever done this alone. Alrighty, now the cutters are finally installed on my jointer and my planer. I haven't installed the actual cutting blades yet. There's about 400 to 500 of them to put in. After that I need to calibrate the machines. That will take some time as well. So still a lot to be done, but I think the worst is now over, because this jointer here, this is 60 years old. My planer is about 40 years old. There's absolutely no instructions, no manuals, no information available. So it was really, really hard to figure out how to take these apart, how to get them back in, how to do everything. Especially with the planer, that's much more complex device. So I've spent tens of hours already on this, which includes, first of all, finding a company who will deliver these to me custom made, which is Find by Tool. Then getting these detached from the machines, that took a lot of time. Then finding a machinist shop that would measure them so that I can start the production, waiting for the production to come, and those new cutters to be shipped to me. I mean, there's so much, and yesterday alone with my friend we spent about 8 hours just getting them installed. So
It's a long process, but almost there. So next I will start with the jointer because this is easier. I will put the blades on and then I will calibrate this, and then hopefully still today I can test it out. Then the trickier one will be the planer, because there we needed to basically take the machine apart. The in-feed rollers, the out-feed rollers, the chip breaker, everything is now misaligned, and again there's no manual, so I think I have an idea how they need to be adjusted once everything is done, but we'll see.
Then it was time for the lovely job of attaching the cutting blades, 400 of them or whatever. And the way I did it, I added a bit of thread lock to every single piece. Then I used my drill at the loosest setting so it doesn't tighten them up, just to get them in place. And then I used the hand tool that came with the parts to tighten everything up. And as you can imagine, this took a while, so there's just a few clips with like 4000x, so I didn't really check the time, but I think probably like 2 to 3 hours, maybe even 4 hours overall to get all of them done for my jointer and planer. So not that bad, but I think around when I was at number 266 it started to get a bit boring. And this was the very first cut I made, and yes, I did attach my blade guard on it afterwards. This was just, I wanted to see that it works, it spins, it cuts, everything is square, and it was. I was already very happy with the result on this very first thing I did. Yay, then it was time to attach the blades to the planer. 6 rows, some hundreds of blades. That took a while. Almost there. My fingers really hurt after putting all the knives, blades, whatever they're called. There's a bit of a pile of the packages they came in, but last thing I need to do is to set up the outfeed and infeed rollers and the chip breaker and everything to the correct level. And again, no instructions. I've checked some videos how it should be done on generic terms. On this machine I have an idea, but not sure if it will work. But the instructions that I've seen said that the infeed roller needs to be 0.8 millimeters below the knives, which is something in inches. It might be reading here or somewhere else. And the same thing for the outfeed roller. And then whatever else I need to do. So now I'm going really to an unknown territory for myself, trying to calibrate this thing so that I can actually start and test if everything works as they should. So wish me luck. Not too much clips on this one, but basically this thing I did for a very long time with different kind of setup blocks to get everything aligned.
Almost there. It's taken 3 months when I started this project for me to have this delivered and installed. And I've done a few tests, and the cut quality is it's pretty amazing. This actually feels like it's sanded. So the cutters themselves, I would say they are absolutely perfect. I really like them. Everything works with the jointer, nothing left to be done with that. With my planer, I think my outfeed roller is still like a hair off, because you cannot even see it on the camera. You can't even see it with your eye. But I still feel with my hand that there's like the tiniest little bump here, and I think it's caused by the outfeed roller. And as this is an area I have never done before, I figured out how to move it. It is these last small screws here, and I just need to turn them ever so slightly and test it again to get this aligned perfectly. So probably need to do it 3, 5, 10 times to get it perfect, and then I can really start testing it out. But I mean, I'm super happy so far. So that took a while. I spent probably like 3 hours getting the in-feed and out-feed rollers set up correctly. Again, because I have no idea what I'm doing. But now it's like 99.5% correct. So I was able to test this, and this is just normal 2x6. And yes, I said before, it really feels like it's sanded. Very nice. And there's the piece of ash. Same thing. It's quite strange. I mean, it's almost like ready for use. Very nice. Then there's birch. Same thing. Absolutely perfect. And then there's the African walnut. Same thing. And this has been a bit tricky with my old blades. So for whatever reason, this species has been always hard to get a smooth finish, but I like it. The purple heart, that failed. This was too short, so I had to push it out, so it sniped badly. But the parts where it did cut, it is very nice as well, and this has been a bit tricky for me as well. And then the oak, same thing. So I am very happy with those now. So like I said, it's like 99.5% calibrated, but the cutters itself, I don't even know what to say. I'm just happy.
And now they are already in active use. I started building a new outfit table, obviously using both machines in the initial milling. So if you're thinking about it, go for it. They are absolutely amazing. So find by tool, great service, great price, quick delivery, everything worked very well.